So regardless of the participation of the Vice President, and even in her absence, this committee will proceed. We will do our duty with resolve, without hesitation, and without delay.
That is what we're saying na fishing expedition. No? Malamang yun na rin ang pinaparating ng ating Vice Presidente. Pangalawa, katulad ng mga issue na nilabas sa kanyang salin. Doon sa desisyon ng Supreme Court sa Duterte versus House of Representatives, malinaw na nakasad doon na ang impeachable offense ay yung mga offense na allegedly na-commit ng impeachable official within his or her term. At malinaw naman doon sa pinakita na karamihan doon sa hinihing documents ay not within his or her, within the term of the Vice President in this case.
Paulit-ulit na akusasyon sa isyu ng salinlaban sa pangalawang Pangulo na si VP Sara Duterte ay isa-isang sinagot ng kanyang mga abogado. Welcome back to Kaakibat TV. Habang busy ang mga politiko sa ibang bansa kung paano solusyonan ang kahirapan sa pagtaas ng presyo ng mga bilihin dahil sa epekto ng giyera, ang mga politiko naman sa Pilipinas, particular ang mga kongresista, ay busy naman kung paano patalsikin o ma-impeach ang pangalawang Pangulo ng bansa na si VP Sara Duterte na pinangunahan ni House Representative Jervin Luistro. Nagigil matanggal sa pwesto ang pangalawang Pangulo ng bansa na si VP Sara Duterte.
The Vice President has been invited to participate. She is reportedly prepared for a full-scale legal battle, a bloodbath, as it has been described, assembling a very large team of lawyers. She is apparently ready to face the accusations and defend herself at length. And yet it appears she will not even participate. We recall the words of Justice Antonio Tiham in the previous impeachment against Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sireno. Failure to participate in the hearings before the Committee on Justice is tantamount to a culpable violation of the Constitution. Ayon sa pananaw na iyon, ang hindi pagharap sa proseso ay maaaring ituring na patuloy na paglabag sa saligang batas. Ang tanong ngayon, maaari rin ba nating sabihin ito sa Vice Presidente? Let us remember, the Vice President took the same oath. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and conscientiously fulfill my duties, preserve and defend the Constitution, execute its laws, do justice to every man, and consecrate myself to the service of the nation. Lahat ho ng kawani ng gobyerno, lahat ng opisyal ng pamahalaan, iisa ang panunumpa, iisa ang pamantayan, iisa ang pananagutan. Ang panunumpang ito ay hindi lamang pangako ng panunungkulan. Ito ay panata ng pagharap sa pananagutan at paggalang sa saligang batas. Dito sa komite, susundan natin ang saligang batas. Hindi natin tatalikuran ang ating tungkulin. Iyan ang inaasahan ng taong bayan. Hindi pag-iwas, kundi pagharap. Hindi katahimikan, kundi pananagutan. Sapagkat ang panunumpa ay hindi lamang binibigkas sa simula. Ito ay pinatutunayan sa bawat pagkakataon na tayo ay sinusubok. So regardless of the participation of the Vice President, and even in her absence, this committee will proceed. We will do our duty with resolve, without hesitation, and without delay.
Sa ginawang hearing nga sa Kongreso ngayong araw ay humarap naman sa isang press conference ang mga abogado ni VP Sara Duterte na kung saan kinwestiyon ng kampo ng pangalawang Pangulo ang jurisdiksyon ng Kamara sa umano'y paglilitis sa mga inihaing impeachment complaint laban kay VP Sara Duterte na kung saan isa-isang sinagot ang katanungan ng mga reporters ng mga abogado ng pangalawang Pangulo na sina Atty. Sheila Sison at Michael Pua at ipinaliwanag ang mga dahilan ng kanilang hindi pagdalo sa House Committee on Justice ngayong araw, March 25, 2026. Para sa buong kwento, narito ating panoorin ang video. Narito ang video.
Clarification po ng chairperson and some members of the committee na ito daw pong ginagawa nila is like not like a mini trial but like preliminary investigation of ikukumpara doon sa usual na legal process na ginagawa. At ang sabi po, para po kay Representative De Lima, parang disrespectful daw po na hindi humarap si Vice President Sara Duterte para personally paalam o i-lay down kanyang mga rason kung bakit hindi siya dahil or haharap na dito sa pagkita. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. So, you have two questions, right? Number one, it does act to the statement that what the committee is conducting is not a trial, but is allegedly a preliminary investigation. Number two, you also want us to react to the statement of Representative De Lima to the effect that the nuance of the response at the committee hearing today is allegedly a disrespect. Let me respond to the second one before I go to the first one. We regret that that's how the good representative feel, but we also had very clearly in our letter and with good intentions, because it is our duty as lawyer to put the defense or best defense available for our client. And at this point, we really feel or we believe that the committee really has no jurisdiction to conduct any form of trial. There was no disrespect intended because in fact we had responded to the invitation that was extended to us, signed by the chairperson of the committee, and we had submitted this even before the committee hearing today. So we don't know, we don't understand how that could be a form of disrespect. Nonetheless, let me address your question on the statement that what is being done at the committee level is a preliminary investigation, and they may be referring to the comparison of the committee level proceeding as akin to a preliminary investigation. However, if you have taken note of the past statements by members of the committee, and this is not even something that we said or stated, the term mini trial did not come from the defense. The term mini trial came from members of the committee. And in fact, you only have to look probably in the internet or search them yourselves to know that there have been statements to this effect that what the committee will do is sort of a mini trial. And so our response to that is, given that the Constitution only vests the power and authority to conduct trial in the Senate, then the House of Representatives or any of its committees cannot do that. And I think this is very clear also in the Duterte ruling, both in the 2025 and 2026 decisions of the Supreme Court, that constitutional parameters with respect to the conduct of the entire impeachment proceedings should always be complied with, especially given that it's not only a purely political proceeding, it is also a legal proceeding, and therefore must comply with the fundamental law. And what is our fundamental law? Our fundamental law is the Constitution. You don't even have to write it in any contracts or agreements or any rules. It's written in every rules, in every contract. That's how fundamental the objection of the respondent is to the committee proceedings.
Good afternoon, Attorney Joseph Petranco from Manila Police. In asserting the unconstitutionality of the House jurisdiction over the impeachment complaint, what are we trying to achieve here po ba? Are we trying to stop the House hearing? Or have we made any legal move na ipahid po ito? Or it's just a mere position ng defense team?
Well, for now, that's really the position of the defense team na unconstitutional yung nangyaring proceedings, di ba? Ngayon, ang tinitingnan natin, ang sinasabi talaga natin dito to simplify things. Sa Constitution, very clear naman yung nakasulat. No? Number one, ang initiation ng impeachment proceedings that belongs to the House. That's an exclusive power of the House. We're not contesting that. No? But, pagdating sa trial, that power exclusively belongs to the Senate. Napaka-clear niyan. Kaya ang sinasabi lang namin dito is hindi naman pwede dito sa pag-initiate pa lang ng proceedings nagkakaroon na ng tinatawag na namin na mini trial. At again, kaklaruhin ko lang yung emphasize ko lang yung nasabi na ni Attorney Sheila. Hindi po sa amin ang galing yung term na mini trial. Yan po ay galing sa mga statements, no, ng either Committee on Justice or even other personalities. So hindi po sa amin ang galing yan. That's why we're contesting it. Ngayon, ano ba ang trabaho para sa amin ng Committee on Justice? At least sa aming pananaw. And again, with all due respect, no, to the members of the committee and the committee itself. Ang trabaho po ay to determine, sabi nga nila, kung ito ay iaakyat na sa plenaryo at iaakyat na eventually sa Senado, hindi ba? So ang parati namin sinasabi, kahit sa previous interviews ko, ang gagawin lang naman is to evaluate the complaints and the evidence at hand. No? Kung ano yung mga naka-attach na ebidensya doon sa complaint. So yung pagpapatawag ng mga witnesses and all those things and asking for documents, that goes well and beyond, di ba? Yung evaluation lang kung ito ay dapat mapunta na sa plenaryo at nang sa ganun ay maiakat na sa Senado. So sa ngayon, are we going to question this? Kasi I think that was your question talaga. Of course, that possibility is always there, hindi ba? But hindi po na kami magsasabi ng anything categorical. Ito ay dapat pag-usapan, hindi lang namin, pero pati na ng aming kliyente. At titignan natin kung ano mangyayari. That's why we have been monitoring these proceedings from day one. And then we'll let you know kung meron na kaming desisyon ukol doon.
Sir, follow up na. Since you are acknowledging that the House of Representatives can initiate the impeachment trial, the impeachment proceedings or whatever, bakit dun sa process ngayon we're not attending doon sa mga invitations ng House of Representatives? And follow up is, are we surely attending the Senate hearing once it prospers, the case prospers?
Number one, dun sa tanong niyo po, it's not just we're acknowledging, no, that's clearly stated naman in the Constitution na sila talaga ang may exclusive power to initiate impeachment proceedings. Why are we not attending? I think it was clearly stated in our letter. It's because we are objecting. There's a fundamental objection to the proceedings itself because for us this goes well and beyond what is contemplated within initiation of impeachment proceedings. As to the Senate, wala pa tayo doon, no? Pero pag dumating man doon, talaga namang kami naman ready na sagutin. Parati naman natin sinasabi, ready nating sagutin ang mga alegasyon laban sa Vice Presidente sa tamang forum. And at sa atin, pagdating sa pagkakaroon ng trial, whether mini trial or full-blown trial, that is not in the House, but that's actually in the Senate. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Kanina po ay naglabas ng statement si Vice President Sara Duterte at sinabi na ang gagawin na pag-ibig o ang isinagawang pag-ibig ay isang fishing expedition. Pwede po ba natin ipaliwanag ito bakit ito nasabi ng Senate?
Well, again, I have to premise my answer with I'm no longer the spokesperson of the Vice President. So napakahirap naman na maglagay ng salita, no? Mag-interpret ng kanyang mga sinasabi. But at least based on our conversations, nakita naman natin, yun naman talagang posisyon natin when you evaluate these impeachment complaints. The evaluation must solely remain with the complaints and the pieces of evidence attached. Di ba? Ngayon, if you will go beyond the evidence attached and start asking for documents left and right, when our first argument nga, kung matatandaan nyo, is wala man lang ultimate facts yung complaints. No? And then yung mga naka-attach na ebidensya, wala rin naman doon na nagsasabing o nagpapatunay na may krimen na kaagad na nangyari. And so if you go beyond that, that is what we're saying na fishing expedition. No? Malamang yun na rin ang pinaparating ng ating Vice Presidente. Pangalawa, katulad ng mga issue na nilabas sa kanyang salin. Doon sa desisyon ng Supreme Court sa Duterte versus House of Representatives, malinaw na nakasad doon na ang impeachable offense ay yung mga offense na allegedly na-commit ng impeachable official within his or her term. At malinaw naman doon sa pinakita na karamihan doon sa hinihing documents ay not within his or her, within the term of the Vice President in this case. No? So, marahil doon nanggagaling ang ating Vice Presidente.
Hanggang dito na lang muna ang ating video at kung nagustuhan nyo, huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe at pindutin nyo na rin ang notification bell para ma-notify kayo sa ating susunod na video. Maraming salamat!